What is going on, guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at my favorite catch build in New World. This catch build is run in medium armor because you don't need to be in light, which is fantastic. So our catch build is SNS Great Axe. You cannot go wrong with this setup. So for SNS Great Axe, we're running Charge, Reap, and Gravwell for obvious reasons. You charge for a distance closer, Gravity Well for a root, and Reap to pull them back in and root them again. For Sword and Shield, we have Leaping Strike, Shield Bash, obvious reasons. Shield Bash ignores freedom. It's a little busted right now, but use it while you can. And the last but not least, one of my favorite skills that people completely underestimate is Shield Rush. So I'm going to use this little marker as an example. If you were to, say, get rooted in an ice wall with Sword and Shield, you can obviously throw up your guard while there if you can't get out of it quickly. You can also, if you didn't know this, you can Shield Rush out of an ice wall, and it will actually get you out of that ice wall, especially if there's somebody nearby. Shield Rush has a really weird tracking when you're coming out of an ice wall. I'm not saying you could Shield Rush through an ice wall. I'm saying that if you are already in an ice wall, you can Shield Rush out of it. It works very similarly to the Relentless Rush of the Greatsword. If you Relentless Rush into a ice wall, you're stuck. If you Relentless Rush out of an ice wall, you're out. So, that being said, let's talk about how we're going to play this build. So basically, this build isn't going to be your highest damage output, obviously because we're not perfectly split on stats. Well, I guess we are technically perfectly split, but you won't do as much damage as some other builds. That being said, no one is going to escape you when you are chasing them. You can Leaping Strike, Charge, Gravwell, go in, Reap, kill. It's that easy. It's super, super good. Let's talk about my gear real quick, and then we'll jump into the actual stats. So I'm going to run through these real quick. On medium, I prefer Shirking Fort over Elemental Version. I hate Elemental Version. I think it's worthless, but you be the judgment of that. I'm running 4 Shirking Fort, 3 Freedom, 4 Resil. That is right, 4 Resilient. I don't personally think you need 5. If you can get 5, great. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. So 4 Shirking Fort, 4 Resilient, 3 freedom, and obviously we're getting 1 free freedom from the medium armor. Now for weapons, I'm running this shield with my Shadow's Edge because these work in tandem perfectly together, and I'm using a Great Axe that has Shirking Abyss, Thwarting Strikes, Keenly Jagged. You must have Thwarting Strikes. Anything else is optional. I would say Abyss for this would be Chain, Thwarting Strikes, Keenly Jagged, or Attunement over Chain, but I actually like Chain more because it gets your special back faster. I'm using Brutal Heart Rune Detonate. Use whatever you like. Play what you like. Don't worry about this. Run Cannon if you want, geez. And then also we have the champion stuff. Champion's Amulet, Champion's Ring, and we got the Doom Chance Earring. Nothing crazy there. So, let's talk about the actual attributes. So you're going to be running this at 200 Strength, 300 Con. We want 300 Con for the Grit, because when people start fighting you and you're using Grit against them, and they just trade into you, you're going to see why this build is so nasty. Grit obviously gives you, it keeps you from getting CC'd stunned for the most part, unless it's like a Shockwave or a Shield Bash. And then with Strength, you're going to be wanting this specifically because every single move out of the Great Axe and Sword and Shield, you're going to get this 10% on every single skill you use. Gravity Well, Reap, maybe not Charge. I don't know if Charge technically counts, but Shield Bash, Shield Rush, Leaping Strike, all of these work. You're going to get that 10% damage on all that, so it's really, really clutch. Let's talk about actual weapon masteries and why this is such a nasty build. While you have Grit active with Great Axe, you could spam your light and heavy attacks, and you're going to have Grit with 300 Con. This gives you 12% damage reduction while Grit is active. So you're getting 12% less damage while you have active Grit on lights and heavies. Enduring Strike is nasty on a 300 Con build. It's so good. Along with this build specifically, you're always going to want Gravity because you're rooting your foe for 0.33 seconds. That's amazing. You want that. And then something people really sleep on, I don't personally run Maelstrom. It works well. It does damage and it weakens people. It's a great skill. Don't get me wrong. It's not what I want. Maelstrom doesn't give you the same sustain as Reap does. Reap's going to give you some crazy sustain, especially when you're using Hunger, which heals yourself for 30% of the damage done by Reap. We're getting more damage out of Reap. And I personally like Fatal Attraction on mine. You can run it without Fatal Attraction, but I like that extra attack at the end because I normally don't miss my first hit. On top of that, we're getting critical gains, which is fantastic. It's probably one of the best skills on the Great Axe. When you critical with a Great Axe, you're healing yourself for 10% of the damage done. That's ever critical. You critical with a Great Axe 75% of the time, you're almost always getting heals off this. It's insane. You're going to see some clips where it's just green, 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 green on numbers. And then last but not least, you have Feed, which gives you a little more sustain, less active because it only works on foes below 30%, but still, it still helps. Last but not least, out of all the Great Axe stuff, we are always going to run Bloodlust. Move 20% faster and deal 15% more damage when looking at a foe within 14 meters. This is probably the most clutch passive on a Great Axe. Like, let's be honest, you're going to catch people just because you have Bloodlust on. You don't even need to run all three of these catch options. I just like it because I just like how this plays. Let me see if I can find an enemy nearby. Maybe not. Is there nothing up here? Oh, this dude's probably killing everything in the area, unfortunately. Is that an enemy? There we go. So, Medea. Don't kill this guy. I'm trying to Bloodlust on him. So, Bloodlust is active. You're getting 15% damage and 15% increased movement speed. Or 20% increased movement speed. It's incredible. It's so good. Should help this guy out. It's so funny. Alright, so there you go. There you have it. That's Great Axe, Sword and Shield catch build in medium. And like I said, you're going to catch any build with this. Unless you're trying to chase and catch the same build that this is. You might have a hard time with it, but you're going to catch rapiers, you're going to catch bows, you're going to catch fire staves. You're going to catch anybody in medium with this build. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll show you some clips of some arenas. I think some open world stuff. And just how nasty this build can be. And once again, I appreciate you all, and peace out.
They love me.
Clearly. You're still trucking too. I can't do shit.
This is where we get the wipes.
Yeah, as soon as they leave their fort, they're fair game.
They get too cocky outside the fort.
Oh, Frisky's dead. He's running the wrong way, sir.
he just lost all his HP in one burst.
Grab Olgun out right now. Gravel's out. Oh, baby, let's get some
Yeah.
wipes, son. Get some wipes. Let's go. Not today.
And I am farming these kill steals with bow.
Yo, how you
Got
get
three.
it?
Three behind us.
Yep.
They're behind us. Okay. Let's
Nice
get these-
miss. Dead. They got one tanky boy.
Headed down.
That's him.
Oh, that
there.
guy's. I hate
Yolanara.
that guy. Dude. He's always
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna flamethrow his ass.
There's a couple of guys up on the hill shooting range, but
You got him, bro.
Oh, I missed him.
they're not too dangerous. Say that, but they do kind of hurt.
Bye.
Get your ass down.
Rio
Brawler's
Snow.
here. He's not even. He's not even flagged.
Oh shit, that's. Yeah, get solo dolo.
Yeah, I'll get him. Hold on a second.
He's burning.
Miss.
Valhalla, we're detonated.
He's not. He's not flagged.
Fired, like an idiot.
Record.